goodness, better boy. Look, it's a giant ant.
A giant ant? Wait, how could it be a giant ant on this planet? Where are we, Doctor?
I've no idea, better boy. It's so newish, you know what, right?
Can we not focus on that giant ant over there?
Don't worry, better boy. It's not moving. It's not moving either way.
Exterminate! Exterminate!
Doctor, look! Daleks!
Exterminate! 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 Exterminate!
Doctor, it's a Dalek!
Never mind, better boy. Just ignore them.
Ignore them? They're our greatest enemies.
Never mind the Daleks, better boy. We'll just focus on what's going on here now.
What, the giant ant?
Well, it's not moving anyway.
Barbara! Barbara! Barbara!
What are you doing about that boy? Don't stop shouting, Barbara. She's not here. He's not in this episode anymore.
When did she leave?
Last episode. She wanted to leave because she wanted. Not yet, I think.
Okay, where's Susan then?
Left, of course. After the last Dalek episode.
And what about Vicky?
Oh, yes, I forgot.
You know, I've been thinking, Doctor, why is an ant there and a Dalek? How's all this connected?
Well, I may think what archmage could do all this.
Who?
The Celestial Toymaker. What's all this? What's all this?
Hey, look, there's my name.
No, shut up, my dear boy. That's all your fault. You're going to shock. And Clifford, now get the credits. Hurry the move up quickly. It's not good. It's no use.
Wait. Bill.
They're gone. Oh, thank goodness for that.
So... Fancy trip to Max?
Yes, absolutely.
I am the master.
Hello everyone, welcome to this classic Who review, and today's video I'm going to reviewing. Well, this is the first month of January, so that and for the first month of the season, and also the first month I will reviewing the first ever Doctor of Doctor Who, who was as William Hartnell, played in Doctor in 1963 to 1966. So the classic Who review is about I'm going to be reviewing all the each stories in every era of Doctor Who. In each Doctor will come out every month. So I asked, well maybe so last week I did a live stream on Facebook telling everyone about the review, and also I'm reviewing it right now just like the same on live stream. And there like if you want to comment me which stories when we review each Doctor from the whole era from each Doctor, but it has to be one story in one. It's a single season in each season. So it's just one story in one season from the Doctors. So yeah, just tell me which story I want to review, and I'll review it back. So next month, Pat Trelkin, but focus on William Hartnell now. So William Hartnell was the Doctor back since 1963 to 1966, back to the very beginning of Doctor Who. From the beginning now. So Hartnell, what I thought about him being the Doctor, was the Doctor back then. See, William Hartnell was my best Doctor quite so far. People thought that the William Hartnell was always the original Doctor, quite very fond. I mean, forget about Jodie Whittaker's time back about the time of his children, making Hartnell not the first Doctor. But this is like the pre-regeneration of the Doctor. But also Hartnell plays my best most doctors because he's smiling and also always the most fun. Back in 1960s, people like Hartnell when Doctor Who first started, as Hartnell make him the best Doctor ever, and children enjoyed it. The children enjoyed it. Well, ever since Kennedy got assassinated, it did cause the series to issue about people like the season or not, because during the Kennedy's death. So that's when they moved it to Saturday, because Kennedy was killed before the show ended. So they were going to kill the show when they noticed the Daleks were going to be in the next story. They already did the first story, and then suddenly in the next story, the Daleks, people thought the Daleks would make the children scared, and that means they would have cancelled the show. But then the Daleks made the series better. The Daleks would have made the series the best, make the season better now. As children like it, that's when Doctor Who. That's when this season makes Doctor Who the best season ever in Britain, or well, in the world probably. It depends on how long the world will like it when Russell Davies air on Disney Plus. So I'm going to be reviewing the 3 stories of each of the Hartnell's seasons, like season 1 to 2 and 3, and Hartnell only did half of the 4. So are we doing 3 of these seasons? So I've got the stories. So let's reviewing one story. So the first story will be called I'm reviewing is The Daleks, written by Terry Nation. So this is the first ever the Daleks ever appeared in the 1960s. It released on December 21st, 1963.
Will move ahead of us and follow my directions.
So what I think about the Daleks has always been my best story. The reason why, because the first time the Daleks ever appeared in the story, and yes, I know everything was black and white back then, and people like enjoy it. I asked my mum what's the first ever original story of Doctor Who, and when she watched it and said, "This is like your granddad." yeah, that's what Mum thought. He just walked away. So, but anyway, I've been watching so far of the Hartnell stories, and yeah, they're pretty brilliant. You should go watch them if you have got all the stories of Hartnell's. Go watch them. Go watch them now, or maybe already in. I've been watching the stories like since the start of New Year's Day. So yeah, that's my order from it. Yeah. So Hartnell. So in this story was pretty good with the Dalek, and also because I heard issues that the Daleks in that story were adapted from the Doctor Who movie from 1965 called Doctor Who and the Daleks. I don't even like that one. People thought this one was not very much gooder with Billy Hedrick as the Doctor, but it was just too much for me at all. But I think it's not very like Doctor Who-y, but this story was better than the movie. It was the movie, all 7 parts. I watched all the 7 parts of this story, and it felt like a Doctor Who movie type time. But the Daleks was always be better in this story because because I realised how the kids or maybe the others watched this story made Doctor Who more better. And the Daleks will have saved Doctor Who from his cancellation before Unearthly Child finished, and when Kennedy got killed, and then the Daleks enjoyed watching, and the children enjoyed watching the Daleks. That would say Doctor's cancellation from the 60s. Yeah, Doctor would have cancelled made the Daleks more scary, but no, the Daleks were made it good. That's why Hope walked back to the BBC. So that's my thought from the Daleks. So review what you thought this story was like. So the next story on Hartnell's season 2 from 1965, and it's called The Web Planet. Yes, we all know the Web Planet. The story with ants. The Noctra with giant butterflies.
The Zab will treat them as enemies.
And disgusting caterpillars. So what do you think about the Web Planet? The Web Planet is written by Bill Struttard. This story we see the Doctor and his companions arriving on a planet called the Vortis, and we see the Doctor helping a race of aliens, butterfly creatures called the Noctras, to take down a race of ant aliens called the Zarbi. But we eventually see the Doctor is able to just defeat them in the end. But anyway, I think the story is pretty much my best one ever. When I watched the story, it pretty much my best. The only thing I really like that story is the Enotra. the Anotra. See there? Yeah. The Anotra was one of my best kind of my aliens. The reason why, because ever since, well, people thought that the Anotra will come back as a Dalek story, but no, it didn't go back well. But when I watched the story, it played like a modern. I mean, it was so funny when I'm watching it. Because people actors in this story had to wear costumes. Like the ants had to wear the costume like the big massive ants, and we can actually see their legs walking around it. And it was very hilarious. And the Anotra, wearing their hat with their wings, it was pretty much gooder. I do like the sounds of the story with the Zarbi sound and the Zarbi sound. And the Anotras, well, they don't have a sound. They're just blasting away like. So yeah, it was very much my great most popular stories. People thought back in this story was probably the most popular story ever, the Doctor for Hartnell's era, and yeah, it was pretty much my best one ever. What do you thought of the Red Planet? So comment below. What do you think about the Red Planet? And next and final story for this review, I'm going to talk about the Celestial Toymaker, written by Graham Williams or someone else. I know Graham Williams may have done that or adapted that story, because the reason why I know Graham Williams written that one, because he was supposed to do the Nightmare Fair. That was supposed to be with Colin Baker. He could have met the Toymaker, but no, that didn't happen. It would have set in Blackpool. I mean, I went to Blackpool. I would have realised how the Toymaker would have turned. He would have returned and made Blackpool the location the best location for up to. Anyway, let's go back to the Celestial Toymaker. The Celestial Toymaker is about the Doctor and his companions had to force to play by the Toymaker's games. The Toymaker is a god, and he's forced the Doctor to play his games. The Toymaker may get his appearance on the 60th anniversary special, who played by Neil Penswick Harris. He could beat the Toymaker. He has to be. I know he is. Why do you think Johnny Whittaker would generate to Tennant? Why? Is there any option? No. I know it's the Toymaker. So bring him back, Dave Russell. I mean, we want all the enemies back. I mean, it has to be the Toymaker. I know he is. I'm 100%. I promise. I saw of it. Anyway, back to the story. What do you think about the Celestial Toymaker in that story? Well, I don't have the DVD because that story was being lost from the BBC archive. Only part 4 survived. Yeah, I show you that. I showed you that. But part 1 and 3 were lost. But I watched part 1 and part 3 during around the special features on the Aztecs, and part 2 and part 3 only around Dailymotion or YouTube. It depends where you find part 1 and part 3. But part 3 or part 4. But anyway, I thought this story was pretty much better. I liked part 1 around the 4 parts between all the Toymaker's games, and I would have thought it was pretty much my best one ever. And yeah, it was pretty good. I loved it because the clown game, the ballerina game, and or the Queen of Hearts game. I'm not sure what's that, and also Stephen Hopper's game. I do like how this game was adapted. I brought back the Toymaker back in my Doctor Who fan series. If you haven't watched my fan series, go watch them now. But I only did one story. But yeah, that's of him. Yeah. So yeah, I would have. Yeah, people thought that the Toymaker was one of my best villains ever. The Toymaker has always been my best villains, and also the goddess ever known. He will come back in the 50th anniversary. I hope he will. I don't know should you Gatra, but we'll see. But anyway, that's all for this review. I have reviewed all the stories, and hope you enjoy watching them. If you guys watching this review, if you guys want to comment down below and subscribe and like, and also I will link this video on Facebook. So here's the Facebook. Here's my Facebook. Here you go. So tell me everyone and comment below. I will release a post of Pat for Pat Troughton. So tell me. So I need. So maybe I can ask you which you can ask me what story you want me to review. Like which story for the Pat Troughton era. I will do a next video for Pat Troughton next month for this series. So comment below. So comment below which story you want me to review. But it has to be one story in each of the seasons. But Patrick only did 3. So comment below which story you want me to review in one story in one season. How to make the story video. I mean, this video more shorter. So yeah, that's all. That's all for now, and I'll see you next time. So tally-o. Oh yes, comment below. What do you think the reviews? Also, I will give these stories, the Daleks, 10 out of 10, and the Web Planet, 9 out of 10, and the Celestial Toymaker, 8 out of 10. That's my opinion for these stories. Yours could be very, very different. So goodbye, and I'll see you next time. Tally-o!